Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Pisces December 2018 horoscope forecast. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, and ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is as far as December goes, the sun will be in Sagittarius from the 1st until the 21st. So the 10th house is what's going to be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on one's career, authority figures attaining a position of authority, perhaps the dominant parent, which is often the father, notoriety, recognition, reputation, public image, and success. And given, and also perhaps even improving one's stature in life. And given that this is Sagittarius energy, this may be done with a lot of Sagittarius exuberance, expansive energy, a lot of optimism and enthusiasm, a lot of jocularity, joviality, and a lot of ebullience as well. But also by really with a lot of that Sagittarius voracious energy, and that veritable truth, and being very forthright in matters. But just be careful that you're not overly tactless in dealing with authority figures and the dominant parent, which is often the father, and people prominent in one's career. It's good to be honest, and you want to speak that veritable truth. But Sagittarius energy could just simply lack tact and diplomacy. Also, too, a lot of these 10th house matters may be done with, or all of them may be done with a lot of foolhardy energy, a lot of reckless energy, and being very over-optimistic as well. It's okay to be optimistic and expansive, but just make sure you're realistic in the process. Pisces energy, Pisces generally are not overly realistic and generally don't have an overabundance of realistic energy anyway. Next thing up. As far as December goes, the sun will be in Capricorn from the 21st until the 31st. So the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on friends, acquaintances, goals, aspirations, social networking, social media, one's future, even stepchildren if applicable, in groups and clubs, organizations as well at this time. This could be done with a lot of Capricorn methodical energy, very conventional and orthodox, very organized. Maybe you'll even organize an organization at this time. Only joking. But anyway, this could be done also with a lot of responsible energy, very professional manner, a lot of discipline and structure as well. And this might be especially true with one's goals and aspirations at this time. And also a lot of ambitious energy as well, and a lot of seriousness and a lot of prudence and caution. And given, again, this is Capricorn energy, this could be done with a lot of planning and premeditation and a lot of consistency, which of course could be difficult for Pisces, but it can be but at this point might be very consistent with those matters. So anyway, the next thing up is there will be a new moon in Sagittarius on December 7th. So the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, well, this may simply be the start of a new Sagittarius, like a career. It could be something with publishing, for example, advertising, working as a translator or interpreter, sports, something with sports, philosophy, religion, perhaps. Say if this is making a sextile or trine, say to your natal Neptune, it could be something with sports medicine, as an example. Also, too, another way this could manifest, this could be rekindling a connection with the Sagittarius dominant parent. It could either be, it may be a Sagittarius sun, moon, or ascendant, or simply one that embodies Sagittarius-like characteristics. This could also be perhaps the start of improving one's reputation, in doing so with a lot of Sagittarius-like expansive, exuberant energy and a lot of enthusiasm, being very positive in the process, and also about starting to inject more positive energy into career-related matters at this time as well. And Really, too, and it could be where you might decide to be like that perpetual learner in your career, maybe like learning as you're doing something career related, where you're not becoming stagnant mentally. So those are some things that you could be looking at this time, as how this may manifest, and also perhaps reaching that. It could be the start where you decide to begin reaching that pinnacle of success for yourself again, with a lot of that very strong positive Sagittarius energy. And also maybe the start of trying to attain a reputation to being more jocular and jovial and roll with the verbal punches, so to speak. And also maybe it's a period where you might begin to receive some kind of notoriety, exposure, and recognition, perhaps for something Sagittarius related, which could be something connected with sports, philosophy, religion, the law, perhaps something with publishing or advertising. Anyway, next thing up. There will be a full moon in Cancer on December 22nd, so the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, you may simply become tired, exasperated, or full, so to speak, of an overly temperamental, moody, needy, clingy, over-emotional, oversensitive, or vulnerable child. It could be a romantic partner. It could be someone you share some kind of creative endeavor with, or a hobby or thing of amusement with. Also, too, full moons could be about the completion or culmination of something. This could be about the completion or culmination of a Cancerian hobby or thing of amusement or enjoyment. It could be something that could be culinary or cooking. Something connected with swimming or boating, water polo, something culinary, or even something that is nostalgic. It could be collecting, for example, old comic books or collectible coins, things that are commemorative. It could be old record players, or even family photos. This could be a time where you complete your collection of whatever it is you had been trying to accumulate and collect. So anyway, that would be maybe nostalgic. Now, also, too, full moons could be about revelations and unveilings. This could manifest in a revelation or unveiling of something that may impact the safety and security of your children, your lovers, perhaps. It could be something, for example, like, in some isolated cases, a stalker in your neighborhood as far as children go, or even a lover. Let's say if this is making an adverse aspect to your natal Pluto, this could intensify that possibility or that propensity for that to be happening, but this could be very isolated. Now, also, too, this could be about putting a lot of that full, nurturing, tenacious Cancerian emotional energy, perhaps into something, perhaps improving your personal popularity as well. And then, given this is Cancerian energy, though, this could be on a somewhat introverted level, where maybe it's just like you would get more people, say, in your home life. So anyway, next thing up. Mercury will be in Scorpio as far as December goes, from the 1st until the 12th. So the 9th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, you might find yourself to be having more incisive, probing, very deep, provocative conversations, perhaps with in-laws, grandchildren even. It might be over things of a philosophical nature. You might be talking about that are very deep and provocative. Also, too, you may find yourself communicating perhaps about transforming perhaps a philosophical belief or something of a religious matter as well. And also, you might be thinking more, contemplating about getting to the bottom of things as far as 9th house related matters go. It could be something, connected with just solving some kind of mystery, maybe in a foreign country, or something of maybe in a religious congregation you might be involved in that might be mysterious, or something with an in-law or a grandchild that might be confounding, or you're trying to figure out something with one of them. Also, you might be thinking just simply about solving ninth house mysteries. I mean, I don't know if the Bermuda Triangle is still a mystery or not, but that could be like an example, because a lot of times, I mean, as many of you may know, people, at least my understanding is that people disappeared over there, or something's happened, or people have lost connections with others when, you know, traveling abroad, going over there. So ninth house has to do with traveling abroad, so you understand what I'm saying. And also, too, this could be about really just having simply deep philosophical thoughts at this time as well. And you might find yourself even writing writing and then publishing shortly after, maybe something that could be Scorpio related, such as something connected with the occult, astrology, the supernatural, something with horror, the macabre, mystery, perhaps something that is connected with death, something that, you know, that could just, or psychology or psychiatry. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. And anyway, as I've talked about previously, that Mercury can also be about siblings. So it could be that Scorpio siblings, it could be Scorpio sun, moon, or ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Scorpio-like characteristics, may figure prominently more so than usual in your philosophy. It could be religious matters, a higher education, maybe helping you choose a course. So anyway, next thing up. Mercury will be in Sagittarius as far as December goes, from the 12th until the 31st. So the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, well, you might find yourself simply speaking more optimistically and enthusiastically and very expansively regarding career matters, attaining success, recognition, notoriety at this time, maybe a position of authority, and also it could be as well maybe more philosophical conversations with the dominant parent, authority figures, people prominent in your career. Also might be communications connected with sports, philosophy, religion, matters connected with advertising. Also, too, as I've spoken about previously, that Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be where Sagittarius siblings, they could be Sagittarius sun, moon, or ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Sagittarius characteristics, might figure more prominently in your career, maybe help you as far as your stature in life goes, your public image, your reputation, success, attaining success even. And also, you might find yourself talking about Sagittarius-related things more with 10th house people in general, such as sports, religion, the law, advertising. And also, another way this can manifest is that you may simply lay down the law, so to speak, with an authority figure. It could be some superior and also a dominant parent, perhaps even someone prominent in your career. And it could even be somebody that maybe even has adversely or negatively impacted your reputation or public image. So anyway, next thing up. Venus will be in Scorpio for the majority of the month, so the 9th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, well, this could manifest perhaps in a Scorpio relationship, perhaps with a foreigner or someone you may know at a religious congregation or a college university. It could be a Scorpio sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Scorpio-like characteristics. This might be about very surreptitious and secretive spending, perhaps on 9th house related matters such as higher education. It could be making some kind of donation to some religious congregation. It could be in-laws, grandchildren. Also, too, you might, at this time, too, this could be manifest perhaps in the enjoyment of Scorpio-like games with ninth house people, which could include in-laws, grandchildren, maybe people you know at a college, university, foreigners. Could be doing something like even just using a Ouija board or playing mystery games like a Sherlock Holmes board game or something with Law and Order SVU game. Perhaps doing something playing like a game like Clue where you're trying to solve a mystery or get to the bottom of things. So, or something, even enjoyment connected with the astrology, occult, or supernatural. You may also find yourself putting a lot of value in going through subterfuge and superficiality, connected perhaps with religious congregations. It could be in-laws, grandchildren, foreigners, people you may meet through traveling abroad perhaps. And also too, you might find yourself spending money perhaps on Scorpio higher education matters. It could be Scorpio higher education courses such as maybe becoming a coroner or an embalmer or doing something with the astrology perhaps. And also this could be about valuing resourcefulness and emotional intensity in ninth house related matters such as higher education and maybe your dealings with your in-laws, your grandchildren at this point in time. Anyway, next thing up, Mars will be in Pisces, so the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, you might find yourself putting a lot of energy into, an abundance of energy into Pisces new beginnings. It could be something with, for example, poetry, dancing, the metaphysical, which could include astrology, photography, chemistry, pharmaceutical work, something that could be connected with something Pisces related. And you might find yourself to be more outspoken than usual, have a really abundance of energy and vitality. But given that this is Pisces energy, remember this can be somewhat passive energy, and you might feel like putting that energy though in more into loafing and relaxation as opposed to doing, and you might be a little bit less assertive because Pisces is really is really modifying that Martian energy, so to speak. You might find that that the situation perhaps with someone you know from your early childhood may be more contentious and acrimonious than usual. You may find yourself arguing over some kind of matters connected with spirituality or the metaphysical, which can include astrology and even ideals at this time. And be careful and be very prudent regarding accidents at this time. Pisces energy can be clumsy as it is, but if you're moving around and doing impulsive movements at this time, it could be where you could lose your footing or maybe do something where you might inadvertently injure something with your feet or your toes at this time. And also you might be more susceptible, just injuries in general, to those areas, or even get burns on them perhaps as well. So anyway, the thing about it too, also Pisces, just be careful as well. This is very isolated, but Mars can be connected with gunfire. So if you're in an area, and especially an area where you have like a lot of, given Pisces energy, a lot of drugs and alcohol going on, and you have, it's more susceptible for some kind of volatile activity, be exceptionally prudent and careful, and especially if you're in a bad neighborhood, because you could be more susceptible to gunfire at this time, and also physical assaults and confrontations as well. So anyway, next thing up, Jupiter will be in Sagittarius, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, as I've talked about previously, Jupiter can be rather paradoxical. It could be strongly benign and benevolent, but could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. And in some cases, this might expand and enlarge a foolhardy, reckless, over-optimistic behavior, perhaps from a dominant parent, which is often the father, people prominent in your career. It could also be maybe someone, maybe an authority figure, but this could also be how you may express energy toward those people at the same time. Now, also, too, this could also be very fortuitous and auspicious, perhaps, for perhaps publishing something Sagittarius related that could really give you a boost in terms of improving your career and your stature in life, your social status. It could be something connected with sports or philosophy or religion, something that might be connected with foreign travel, perhaps. And this could just be very, in general, just be very positive for reaching that pinnacle of success at this point in time, and for career-related matters in general. You might find yourself maybe being more involved with foreign travel at this time, more so than usual. And also remember that Jupiter is connected with hope and optimism. And it could be where maybe there's some hope and optimism, maybe through, perhaps through publishing, doing something Sagittarius related that might be beneficial to your career, toward improving your stature in life. And really, and just really, I mean, there might also be very positive period for your public image and your reputation as well. And it could be about expanding certain Sagittarius qualities such as jocularity and joviality, which might actually improve your reputation and your public image, and maybe someone that can roll with the punches, figuratively speaking anyway. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. Anyway, next thing up. Saturn will be in Capricorn still, so the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, the first thing that stands out, of course, is that you may be experiencing some restrictions and limitations in matters with friends, acquaintances. You might, and maybe even matters with goals and aspirations and group-related matters, but also, too, you might find yourself taking care of a sickly or debilitated stepchild, a friend, or an acquaintance. It might be something Capricorn related, such as something with the knees, the bones, or the joints, the hamstrings. It could be something that might be making you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy, and also limitations with the other matters that I was talking about before can be making you feel somewhat dejected, of course, as well. Also, too, this could be about where perhaps older people might play a more dominant role in terms of maybe your future at this time. You might feel like there might be some restrictions in terms of your future at this point in time, but on the positive side, it could also manifest in getting structure and discipline in your goals at this point in time as well. And really, I think Saturn is really, I mean, it's really something where, again, it could be strongly about your structure and discipline, but it could also be about laborious work. You might be doing something where you're working maybe perhaps laboriously on some government-related matter, or just doing something, working hard on something consistently that that might be done with your friend, or might be in some group-related matter, perhaps. And anyway. Next thing up, Uranus will be in Aries still, so the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, first off, this could be manifest perhaps in dealing with perhaps unpredictable and volatile, acrimonious outbursts from the people you might generate income with. It could be someone. Also, too, this could manifest perhaps in really going through certain financial fluctuations where maybe your finances are somewhat unpredictable and very erratic and sporadic. You also might find yourself at this time perhaps by expressing ingenuity and innovative ability. It might do wonders for your self-esteem at this time as well. And also, Aries energy could be very pioneering, so it's innovative and pioneering could be all rolled into one. You might find yourself making money or generating income through a Uranus-like matter. It could be some subject or what have you, or field. It could be through innovation, astrology, aerospace, astronomy, computers, electronics, something that could be Uranus related. And also too, at this time, well, another way this could manifest too is that it could be where you're dealing, maybe acquiring more Uranus-like possessions, more so than usual, such as more computer-related, electronic-related items. It could be innovations that are coming out, something, maybe things connected with astrology, astronomy, or aerospace, maybe even model rockets. I mean, something that could be Uranus related, and really, and also just in general, your things that maybe innovation in really can play a role more so perhaps in your values at this time, more so than usual, and just doing things. I mean, in general, maybe Aries friendships in some cases might figure more prominently in your values and your self-worth and self-esteem. They could be Aries, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Aries-like characteristics. Anyway, next thing up. Neptune will still be in Pisces, so the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, in some cases, especially if this is the actual first house in one's natal chart, you may be experiencing maybe some dissolving or dissipation, perhaps connected with the physical body to some degree, or your dissipation of your vitality, your energy. Pisces generally is not known for robust constitution or having abundance of energy, so it could even make it a little bit weaker at this time than usual. You might come across to others on a first impression more nebulous and unclear than usual, and maybe even people from your early childhood may seem that way. And also this could be about confusion regarding new beginnings, or simply starting something as far as a Pisces, say a Pisces new beginning, or I'm sorry, a Neptune new beginning perhaps. It could be something connected with photography, chemistry, working with illusions such as special effects, working with the feet perhaps, or doing some work as far as feet and toes go. It could be something with the metaphysical, which includes astrology, or even spirituality. And also too, another way this could manifest too is that maybe at this time you might experience some kind of Neptune-like illness. It could be in some cases it could be through some recreational drugs or alcohol, or it could be something where even an inadvertent chemical assimilation perhaps, and it could be something with the feet or the toes at this time as well. Also too, and also perhaps even the lymphatic system, there might be issues with that. So anyway, and also you might really, again, you may be experiencing some confusion as to what direction you want to go, as far as maybe making some kind of a new beginning at this time, and you might come across again a little bit more nebulous and unclear on a first impression, more so than usual. And also you might be more susceptible at this time to being, more connected with recreational drugs or alcohol. So just be careful at this time, Pisces. So anyway, last but not least, Pluto will still be in Capricorn, so the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but I'm going to anyway. In some cases, this could manifest perhaps in the actual literal death. It could be of a stepchild, it could be a friend or an acquaintance. Also guard against perhaps obsessive, fixated behavior with friends at this time, or trying to attain goals and aspirations, or maybe even manipulative behavior in trying to attain those as well, or even with matters with friends, with acquaintances. This could also be a time where you have a very strong desire to have power over your future. And you might find yourself perhaps getting involved maybe with more Pluto-like clubs, groups, or organizations. It could be something connected with the astrology, the occult, supernatural, the macabre perhaps, something with mystery or psychology. Anything that may be Scorpio related. Those could be, Pluto related. Anyway, and also too, just be at this time, this could be, remember that Pluto can be about obliteration and destruction. This could be a time where maybe you feel like your friendships may have been obliterated or destroyed, figuratively speaking. But remember that Pluto is also about, it's like revival and rebirth and regeneration. So you could be you might lose some friends at one time. They may either be supplanted with others, or there might be like a resurgence or revival of the ones that you had lost previously may wind up coming back. That's just how I see it, as possibly manifesting in that manner. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Pisces December 2018 horoscope forecast. Stay tuned next time, where I'm going to be giving you talking about the natal chart of Charles McDowell. Some of you may wonder, a lot of you may be wondering who that is, but well, he was a man, some of you may have seen this recently. He had a mugshot that was on Facebook, and it went viral due to an exorbitant neck that he has, very wide neck. And I'm going to talk a little bit about his chart and some things that are related to that appearance. So anyway, people, two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you. Make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.